Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be using Younique products. The direct sales company, a friend of mine sells the product, so I got in touch with her and purchased a few things so that I can show you how these products work. So if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about these products and this company, stay with me because we're going to start right now. What I wanted to do first is put my cat ears on because I really feel like I'm going to need to hold my hair back since I want to go into some detail on the foundation I'm going to be using. So let's do that. I also already did my brows, which look a little crazy without any other makeup on, and I did my eyeliner as well. So let's start with the foundation. Now, the foundation I'm using is their Touch Mineral Foundation. I'm using the shade Organza. This is very liquidy, so you do have to shake it up really well. So let me do that. So I did use this a couple of times just so I'd have some good information to give you whenever I decided to make this video. And what I've found is the foundation brush that I use tends to really absorb all the foundation in this particular formula anyway. So I think this is gonna go on better with your fingers or with a standard flat foundation brush or even a sponge. It's gonna work a little bit better with. I'll show you the consistency of it because it's actually kind of nice. It's a dropper, see that? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Scott Barnes palette and just kind of take a dropper full and put it on there. And you can see it's kind of liquidy, it's running. So that's good because for me in the summer, I want something that's gonna be a little bit lightweight on my skin, although I do need the coverage from it. And what I will tell you about this is it feels very similar to the Kosas Tinted Oil Foundation, which I have used before, and I've talked about that on my channel as well. I want to show you this one because I do think it's got better coverage than the Kosas, even though it does have that same feel. So I am going to use my sponge, which I have not dampened, and that may be a mistake, but we're going to do it that way anyway. I'm loading up my sponge with this foundation, and I'm going to apply it like this. And whoa, it does feel super oily on your skin when you first put it on. But that oil tends to absorb really nicely and leaves a pretty good finish on your skin. What I will tell you after using the sponge is I think I'm gonna get a much better look just using my fingers with this, honestly, because I can control it, I can rub it around, I can blend it well, not miss any spots. And I think that's gonna be really important with this type of foundation. I'll tell you right now, if you have oily skin, you will not like the way this feels, but you can still wear it. If you give it a minute, just let it soak in, let the oil soak through. I don't know how this is happening, but I'm feeling like the oil soaks into my skin, which is nice and hydrating, but the coverage piece of it, the pigment, is staying on my skin because I am getting decent coverage from it. So let me take a tiny bit more here, and I'm gonna do right through here, which is my trouble spot, just to layer it a little. Right here. And I did put my concealer on. I'm blending the two together really nicely right here. What I'll do is I'll wear this throughout the day today, and I will check back a couple of times and let you know how it wears. What I'm gonna do next is set my under eye with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury loose powder, because her powder is a really nice fine consistency. And I do have a problem with mascara transferring, and I will be using the Younique mascara. And I want to give it a fair chance. And I always set the under eye, so I don't want to not do it now because we need to know if this is going to transfer or not. Okay, so then I will take a powder brush using that same powder, and I'm just going to set the foundation. This powder is really nice because it's a really, really fine consistency. Okay, if this works out, and I love these products, I will definitely be ordering more from Younique. So let's keep going and see what happens. As I said, I already have my eyeliner done because I did not buy the eyeliner. I did, however, buy an eyeshadow palette, and I want to show you those because they're quite pretty. This is the Moodstruck Addiction palette. It's a nice standard cardboard palette like this, like you would see a lot of high-end companies are making their products in packaging like this, which is good. There's a mirror in here. So we're going to use this for my eyeshadow now. Now I will swatch these for you and put a picture of the colors in here for you, but for now we're just going to get started using the shadows. It's a very pretty palette. It's kind of pinkish, sort of plum colors, which is good. The colors go on pretty softly. The pigment is decent, it's good, respectable, and they're very, very pretty. If you like a super conservative look, you will definitely be able to get that with this palette. And here is a still shot of the colors. You can see that most of them are quite sparkly, very pretty. And then I moved to a shot where I'm moving my arm, and you can see how the glitter transitions as I rotate my arm. They're very pretty. I'm gonna move a little closer so you can watch what I'm doing. There's a color in here called Determined, and it is a matte, sort of a grayish color right here. I'm just gonna kind of do this all over, just as a starting color. I'm not using an eyeshadow base with these. Normally I would do that, but I really want to give these a chance so we can see how they truly wear. Because you can get a really good eyeshadow base like the Painterly Paint Pot. There's a lot of them that really work well, but I want to try this by itself because I think the true test of any eyeshadow is how does it wear when you just use that. And again, I'm going to check back a few times and I'll let you know how it's all going. So let's see how this is looking. Just a pretty basic grayish taupey kind of color. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color called Tickled, which is the pinky one up here. It is kind of pink. There's no shimmer or anything to it. And I'm going to, ooh, lots of pigment. That's good. I'm going to use this as my transition color. So let's do this real quick. That's a nice crease color. It's sort of a less orange, more pink, but still a terracotta color, which is always good for a transition color. This particular shade is beautiful as a transition color for me. For someone who doesn't like orange, who tends to lean more towards pinks than peaches and coral, this is actually a really good choice. Okay, that's the start. That's our starting point. So what I'm going to do next, there's a color here called Cheeky, which is sort of a shimmery plum color, and you guys all know I love my shimmery shadows. So this is going on my lid. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty. That's going to make a really nice smoky eye. Look at that. That's nice. Let's do the other. Okay, I like that. I think that's really pretty. I am getting some fallout from it, but you know, if I had been using my eyeshadow base, that probably wouldn't be happening. Let's do a little blending with my finger. And since I'm new to these products, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to like them, how they're going to wear. Not 100% sure, so we will figure that all out today. I purchased these products from a girl on Facebook who I met, and we just sort of become instant Facebook friends, and she's super cool. And she happens to sell this product, this Younique product, so I thought I want to support her. You know, I always want to support any woman in business. So I ordered some products to check them out, and I thought these are really pretty, and they weren't crazy overpriced. So I thought I should show them to you because this might be something you're interested in. And again, when I'm looking at myself in the mirror and talking to you, this is a very conservative palette. So I think for we women of a certain age, this might be something that would work out really well for you. So let's move on to something else in here. There's a color called Smitten, which is a shimmery taupe color. And I'm gonna do this up on my brow because y'all know I like to do a little highlighter up. Did I just say y'all? Okay, Texas. I'm going to do a little bump up on my brow. There we go. So now, I'm glad I used that powder because I can kick off some of the fallout, which is good. That worked out really well. It didn't leave any stripes or make any marks on my skin. So, okay, so I'm liking this so far. I feel like the grays in here, you can't see it on camera, I don't think, but the grays that are in here may be a little too dark in through here for me. But I use the lightest ones, so I don't have an option of going back and doing anything else with it. So what I will do instead, because I want to keep these on, I really want to see how they work, is I'm going to add a little more of the darker color to the crease, which will contrast with this right here and make it appear a little bit lighter. So let's do that. I'm going to go in with Ecstatic. This is pretty. Okay. There we go. All right, it's going to add a little bit of depth to the crease color. I like this better. I like it with this. It needed this depth. Now, when you first look at this color, you don't realize how much pigment this has. This is a really good color, and honestly, I'm thinking this is probably the best color in the set. So that's kind of a fun thing to find out. What do you think? Look pretty good so far? Okay. Now, I am going to use the Younique mascara, and I have got a black one, and this they're calling theirs Moodstruck Epic Mascara. The packaging kind of looks like a liquid eyeliner in that it's wider on the bottom than it is on the top. When you open it up, it's upside down. So when you open it up, there's the wand. It's the very Chanel-esque kind of wand that it's got the little bristles in it to help separate your lashes. So I am going to start putting this on, so let's see what happens. Okay. It's not putting as much bulk on my lashes as I usually like. You know, I'm very addicted to the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lash Volume 2 because it puts a lot of product on. So this is gonna take a couple of coats, which is fine. You know, if I wanted a super, super conservative look, I would just do one coat and be done with it. But you know me, I like a lot of product. So I'm gonna go off camera for a second, finish up the mascara, and be right back. I'm back with the mascara on, and you can see the shadows are very pretty, very conservative looking. You know, they're shimmery enough. I like a little darker, so I went and added a little bit more to the crease, but it's pretty. The mascara is very nice. I did have to put a few coats on to get this look, and you know me, I like a lot of mascara, so it doesn't matter what brand it is. I'll put 3 coats on if I need to. So this worked out well. It'll be interesting to see if it stays in place for us, which we'll find out a little bit later. Now I want to fluff up my hair a little bit. We're going to mess around with a little bit of bronzer and some blush and some lips. So off with the cat ears. Fluff up the hair if I can. Woo! Hair's kind of a mess today, isn't it? Oh man, that looks terrible, doesn't it? There we go. Yeah, bring a little more down. That's good. Okay, so what do you think? Pretty good eyes? Good eye look? I like it. Very conservative, very let's go have a meeting with the guys at the bank kind of look. So let's add a little bit of blush to this and see what happens. Now I don't have the Younique blush. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm going to use a little bit of a pink one because I do have the Younique lip product. I'm going to use that, and that is pink. So let's put a little of this on. I actually like the coverage of this foundation. Look how nice it's making my skin look. I was a little uncomfortable with the oily feel of it, but as I said, that did completely go away. It doesn't feel oily at all. It is all absorbed into my skin, and all that's left on the surface of my skin is the pigment from the foundation, which is nice. Blush, you know, I can't stop until I have too much. That's just me. But there we go, blush is on. I'm gonna use a little bit of my Marc Jacobs bronzer, and I love this bronzer, and I especially love the giganticness of it, and I like the big mirror. So let's do a little bronzer, just do a little down here. I don't like to bronze my whole face unless I'm tanning, and I do have a little bit of self-tanner on my body because that's the only way I can get a tan. So let's contour a little nose area. Okay, so bronzer is on, blush is on. Let's do the lip. And for this, I have their Splash liquid lipstick, and the color is called Sumptuous, and I will show it to you. It is a nice pink color. Looks like a very blue pink on the camera, and it actually is. It's very, very pretty, so let's see what happens. Okay, so look at that. So this is apparently a matte consistency, and that actually is fine for me because I like the feel of a matte lipstick. And one cool thing I find about matte liquid lipsticks is you can use the applicator to line your lips with it, so you don't really need a separate lip liner. Because this is so matte, and I did choose a light color, after it dries, when I'm done talking in just a second, I am gonna put a little bit of a gloss right in the middle just because I want to give it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of depth. Matte lip colors tend to not have that. So give me just a second. I'm gonna go hunt down my favorite lip gloss. I'll be right back. That wasn't as lost as I thought it was. My absolute all-time favorite lip gloss, it's actually a lip topper from Jeffree Star, is called Thirst Trap, and it's such a beautiful color. I found something else from Jouer that I like. It's pretty much the same color. It doesn't dry down quite the same way, but it still looks the same. So I'm just gonna grab this. Yeah. Just to add a little bit of depth in the middle of it, and that makes it look prettier, I think. Do you? Makes it look like my lips are a little bit fuller. So, and I always need that. Look how pretty this whole look is. I'm loving it when I'm looking in the mirror here. This is nice. I've never been one to go towards gray eyeshadows. I chose this eyeshadow palette because it had the purples in it, but I kind of like it. I don't know, do you like it? I think it's pretty. I definitely think my skin looks good, and my lips are a pretty color for me. You know, I like a light lip. I got the gray and the pink going together. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna wear this for a while. I've got a couple of errands to run, a couple things to do, but I will check in with you soon and let you know how it's going. So I did want to give you a little bit of information about Younique as a company. They started in 2012. A brother and sister team founded the company, so it's a relatively new company. They are a direct sales company. However, they are not the type of company that does in-home parties like Mary Kay and some of the other ones like Tupperware, those things where they bring everything to your house and you invite your friends. They don't do it that way. Their business model is selling via social media, which I think is very cool and very modern of them. They do not test on animals, but they are still in the process of obtaining their cruelty-free status. They still need to go through the process of examining where all of the ingredients that they use are coming from and whether those ingredients are being tested on animals. So, you know, they're on their way. So kudos to them for doing that. They're recognizing that it's important and they're well on their way to making that happen. So that's a good thing. Their skincare line is very nice. Their products are containing niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and peptides, and all those yummy things that we want in our skincare. So it looks to me like they've got a very respectable skincare line. I will probably be ordering some of those products to try those out because women of a certain age always need products that address anti-aging, and I am seeing that in their skincare products. I did get a little more information for you here. I just want to give you a little pricing on their products because they're actually not bad. They're the foundation that I used today, that's a mineral foundation. And they also have a stick, but I used the liquid one today, and that's $39 and comes in 19 colors. Their eyeshadow palette is $49. However, they do sell the little single eyeshadows that you could put in your Z palettes or in your salt palettes or whatever you'd like, and those are $14 each. They've got 47 colors to choose from, so I think that's kind of fun. Let's see, brow pencils are 19, lipsticks are 19. I just wanted to give you a general ballpark of their price range so you can compare it with some of the things that you're using now. Their highlighters are 39, bronzers are 32. They've got, looks like really nice powder, pressed powder or loose powder. They're $32 for that. And again, that's just about the color. They have other products than this. I just wanted to give you some kind of ballpark reference for what their prices are going to be like. I think they're very reasonable for what they are. And even their skincare, they've got all kinds of serums and masks and the whole range of skincare that anybody might need. But just to give you a ballpark, their day cream and their night cream are $49 each. And that's really not bad considering what I've been spending for moisturizer these days. So I probably will end up checking that out. So now you have a little bit more information to work with. The person that I purchased these products from is named Karina Metz-Hemming, and I am going to post her information in the description below. So if you're interested in these products or want a little bit more of information about this company, you can check her out there. I know that it is a direct sales company, and a lot of people are looking for different ways to supplement their income. And I can't recommend or not recommend this company, you know, as far as a job goes, but it might be worth looking into if you like that type of job. And she'll get you all the information that you need on that. I just love the idea that they're doing all of this through social media as opposed to network marketing where you have to go out every day and try to get in front of people and convince them to let you come to their house, you know, and do a party in their house. And I know there are millions of people that have been successful doing that. I've been very successful at that, but times have changed. And I think anything we can do that involves social media and that type of networking is going to be something that has a vision for the future. That is just my opinion. So if you're interested in something like that, you may want to take a look at this. Hey everybody, so here I am. I've had this makeup on for about, let's see, I think I've had it on for about 5 hours now. And you can see it still looks pretty good. You know, when I get close, let me get close real quick. Look at the eyeshadow, no creasing or anything, which is good, because remember I did not use an eyeshadow base with this. Let's see, mascara is not smearing. I'm seeing a little shadowing because I'm having kind of a sleepy old day, but the lipstick is held up well. I haven't had to touch up anything. Even the gloss stayed in place, but I mean, I think that's pretty good. And you know, generally liquid lipsticks stay on pretty nicely, especially the matte ones, but I'm kind of liking this look. I think it's really pretty. I'm pretty impressed with this, and it's making me think I want to try some more of those products. So let's let a little bit more time pass and I'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's the end of the night and I am just stopping in one last time with my review on the Younique makeup. Honestly, the foundation held up very, very nicely, and I'm going to pull closer a little so you can see it didn't separate, it didn't go away, it stayed exactly where it was supposed to be. I also think the eyeshadow held up really well, although gray was not a good choice for me because as my concealer started to fade, which was a different product, not from Younique, it sort of completed that dark circle around my eye, and I don't like that look. That is not a reflection of the eyeshadows themselves. The eyeshadows didn't crease, everything stayed in place really nicely. That is just my color choice that I wasn't happy with. So in the end, this Younique product is very, very good. I have a link in the description. If you're interested, you can go there and check out some more information about these products. And this is not a sponsored video in any way. I just wanted to give you my opinions about this. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.